dressing up to be. So pretty cool that we've reached our 100th day of school. As a reminder too, we have a Board of Education seats, our once again up for re-election, and the candidacy window is closed. We said this last month, we have 2 candidates, and we're excited, they're both in the room, so we're excited about our election coming up. Speaking of our election, we do have a Proposition SCSD on the ballot. We're excited to get information out to our community so that everyone is fully informed on what and why Prop SCSD is so important to the overall success of the district. Keep your eyes out for more important information being shared soon. And we're really excited about that and our future. And I also want a quick statement about legislation. The City of St. Charles School District is officially opposed to any proposed open enrollment legislation. We are doing everything we can to fight this harmful legislation. Please note, if any open enrollment legislation is passed, it will irreparably hurt public schools and services. I want to go on record as the superintendent of the City of St. Charles School District that we greatly oppose open enrollment legislation. We have wonderful public school system, a wonderful district, but we need the support of our legislators to keep us going strong and along with our community. This evening, we have a great meeting for you. We are library media centers program review. We're almost there, and I see some of our awesome people in the house, so we're excited about that. It's gonna be a showstopper, isn't it? Earl? Huh. I tried to get something on Jeremy, and he just barely said it. I know you can't talk, it's okay. Then we're gonna have the policy changes first reading, and then we are gonna have the financial report somehow. And I just want to say, we're in the midst of a very productive 24-25 school year. I know a lot's going on. We have a lot going on in our schools, the sickness, there's just a lot going on in February. Let's continue to be safe, be respectful, be responsible. Let's continue to move forward together, and look forward to seeing what the spring brings to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Seifert. Item 3.04, board communications.
We have none.
Okay. We'll move on to audience comments.
All regular and special meetings of the board shall be open to the public. Since the board desires to be a good listener and be responsive to the community, persons desiring to address the board may do so during the time so allotted on the agenda and according to established procedures. During the audience portion of each board meeting, patrons are invited by the president to speak for or against any proposal on the tentative agenda or on any other school concern. The individual is asked to identify him or herself, limit comments to 3 minutes, and avoid discussing personalities. The president reserves the right to limit the number of participants and/or length of comments. At the discretion of the president, patrons may be recognized at other times during the board meeting. The board is very interested in audience comments. According to board policy, members cannot respond during the actual meeting. The board will listen to audience comments. If necessary, additional follow-up will occur through district administrators.
Thank you, Daniel. We will have Sherry Crockett come up first.
I'm Cherry Crockett. I'm a member of the League of Women Voters and a co-leader of the St. Charles unit here. And we are here. Claire Macia is a Lindenwood student who attended St. Charles West. And she's an intern with us this semester. And she's going to help me here to point out some things. So I'll try to make this an elevator speech. We want to increase voting in school board in local elections. If you'll note on the chart, on the poster there, and I'm sorry, not everybody can see that. You'll notice this is from 2023. We did this poster after looking at voting data in St. Charles. And you'll see that only 17%, there at the top, only 17% of people voted, but registered voters voted in the local elections in 2023 in April. And of that, that's the bottom chart. You can't really see those numbers, but see that little yellow piece of the pie chart? Those are the 18 to 29-year-olds who voted. And what is the,
The later voter portion is 30 to 40.
okay, and what percentage is that?
That is at 23.7%, and this large chunk is what we just did.
Okay. So people who might have had school-age children, of the 17% who voted, only 23% of those might have had school-age children. That's dismal. That's the whole county, but that's dismal. So we'd like to see that number come up. Now, we've tried some things. We've been putting out flyers, and you have a picture of this year's flyer there, in different businesses and stuff. In the last couple of years, we've tried to get the schools to put that flyer on Peachtree. And the schools have said, oh, we can't do that, you need to put it on Peachtree as an ad. And we don't have money. We have volunteers, we don't have money. Peachtree costs us money. So we wanted to ask the school board to support putting, it doesn't have to be our flyer, or you can use our flyer and not put our name on it. We don't care. It's not about the league, it's about people voting. So we would like to see the board's support allowing the schools or encouraging the schools at all levels to put on Peachtree to let parents know there is an upcoming election. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know there are elections in April. And what's on those elections, who they're voting for, which that's why there's two goals of the League of Women Voters. One is helping people to vote, and two is giving people information to vote. So there's two references on that flyer. One is that website at the bottom, and what that second page is what that website says. So the website, all it does is say, these are the school districts, these are the people running, these are their web pages or their Facebook page, and these are the organizations that have endorsed them, and a link to them. That's all it does. There's no branding on it, there's nothing. So a lot of people say they don't vote in elections because they don't know what they're voting for, and they don't want to go in there and go any, meeny, miny, moe. So that's how we try to address that. The other one is our Vote 411 website, which is the QR code on there. That is our nationwide Vote 411. We get candidates, we call them, we send them things. Claire's been working on that. Contacting candidates to get their information. You should have got
If you
one
can
of
just
your.
wrap up your final
Okay,
point,
sorry.
just because of the time, I'm sorry.
Okay, so anyway, that's our ask. Appreciate your time.
Thank you all. Next, we have Jill and Kathy.
Welcome to the board, school board members, Dr. Seifert, and central office staff. Jill Meyer, Kathy Elsdorf, Brendan Kearns, SCEA, we are SSA, and we are speaking on behalf of those two and we are the exclusive bargaining unit for the school district. I want to touch base about SCEA. They had a productive negotiations, and CESA will have our negotiations on February 26th. I want to thank Dr. Seifert for taking the precaution yesterday and calling an AMI day. It was very appreciated. And that's it. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 3.06, is there a motion to amend or adopt the agenda as presented?
Move we adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 4.01, for efficiency, the school board utilizes a consent agenda. Items placed on the consent agenda are routine in nature or are among the many decisions that the board has already determined are in the domain of the administration.
presentation.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes. So we will move down. Yeah, if anybody wants to step out, feel free. Yeah. We will then go down to item 6.01, which is our Library and Media Center Program Review.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. Tonight we are excited to present to you our Library Media Program Review. We have, as Dr. Seaver pointed out earlier, we have several of our library media specialists in the room today. Ladies, if you just want to wave your hand so that we can see you all. They have put a lot of work into putting together tonight's presentation, led by our very own Dr. Tina Lauer, who is our curriculum coordinator, who oversees our library program here in the district. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Lauer and our specialist, who will lead us through tonight's presentation.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tina Lauer, and I have some of our library media specialists with us tonight. One went out to help out there, she'll be back. That was Amy Brandis from Harris. We have Molly Lindquist from Coverdell, and we have Stacy Gates from St. Charles West, and we have Randy Riggins from Hardin Middle School. And the others just couldn't make it tonight, but we are wishing them well in what they needed to do this evening. So we're just gonna kind of go through this. Does it work? Do I have it on? It's not working. There we go, okay. Okay, so this is our program description that is in our curriculum guide, and it basically is that, you know, that in accordance with MSIP guidelines, all of our schools must have a library media center, and we are all staffed with a full-time library media specialist in all of them. And there we go. And this is how we align with our current CSIP goals. We'll do another realignment after the new CSIP is created. But as you can see, we have actually done a lot of the things that were on the CSIP goals previously, including the green initiatives, which is we do a lot of green initiatives by using digital books and getting the Chromebooks out to all the kids. So that is one of the big things that you'll see as we go through, that we have a lot of technology integrated into the library media centers. These are the program goals from our curriculum guide, so that you can see what it is that our library media specialists really want our students to come out of library with. And it is a lot of print and electronic resources, and getting into a variety of literature, becoming lifelong readers and researchers, and developing questions of things that they read, and doing more research to find out even more information. So those are our program goals for that. And you'll also see that this is how they develop their collection. There's a lot of getting new books out, but also weeding out old books that are outdated. You'll see some pictures here of how they curate their books, put them into nice collections for the students to be able to view, and then also how they have to go through a process of weeding those books out and then surplusing those books so that our students have the most up-to-date information. I did not know that I put those little dots things. I was like, sorry. It's taking a while. Okay, so first we're gonna start with our elementary libraries. And we have Amy and Molly here today to kind of help us go through this slide. You got anyone come up with me up here? They're like, no. But these are some pictures that we have collected from the elementary librarians. And as you can see, they really do collaborate with their teachers to come up with some curated book lists. This one on the left is actually aligned to the Wit and Wisdom that the ELA teachers are rolling out. So those are some books that Wit and Wisdom had suggested for one of their units, so there's a nice collaboration there. You've got like the Show Me Reader, the Mark Twain Awards. That's an engineering challenge, I believe that one, where's that one with the little girl there? Wasn't that at Harris?
That was not here.
Oh, okay, that must have been Monroe then, okay. She does have some on that STEM page, I know I have some on that one.
That's Harris, the one up in the top.
Okay, yeah, and checking out books, going through lots of literary genres, and curating those books that align to the classroom curriculum. And then we'll go by the numbers here. The library review is over the last 2 school years. It's not including this school year because we haven't finished the school year yet. So all the numbers you'll see are from 2022 through 2024. And I have to shout out that these librarians did a lot of pulling of records from Destiny and all that kind of stuff to help me get this presentation ready for you. I looked up how many students we served, but that's it. They did everything else on these. So at the elementary level, they had 123,349 books checked out through our Destiny program. They had 44 special events. We have another slide later that will show you some pictures from our special events. And that's just a few of the events that they held. We're having a lot of author visits, which is great. And those authors are bringing books to our kids and handing them out so kids can actually leave with those books from those authors, which is amazing. And then they also pulled some favorite books that they're seeing in Destiny. Those Dave Pilkey books, those kids love those. And of course the Babysitters Club and so forth. And then the elementary has a resource, called Lightbox. And Lightbox is a really cool thing where you can choose a category for, I have a picture of it on one of the other slides, but say President's Day is coming up, right? So we choose President's Day and it has a book and it has activities and everything already curated into a digital resource. And the students can access those right through their Destiny website.
24/7.
All right, and then intermediate, Heather could not make it tonight, so I'll talk for Heather. These pictures, I actually went into her library last school year and took all of these pictures. Her kids love graphic novels, and so she has a nice display of graphic novels that they can grab and read, a lot of variety of genres. Again, the Mark Twain Awards, and then when they get to intermediate, they have the Truman Award nominees, and she has a really cool thing there, the books for kids by kids. She really does encourage them to do writing too while they're there, and then they kind of publish, as the best they can. They publish those books and they put them on that shelf, the books for kids by kids. And then she also has teachers come in and collaborate with her, and then a lot of collaboration with the public library as well. And then these are the numbers for the intermediate library, 49,385 books checked out over the last 2 years. And she's had also she has book fair, book raffles. A lot of the book raffles also have to do with their PBIS. So if they earn so much with their PBIS, they get their names drawn in this book raffle, which is really cool. And then those are their favorite titles. And then starting at the intermediate level, they have a database. We have a district database through EBSCO, and we can't really pull it by school, but we do pull it by the district. So you'll see that same number on the next few by the number slides because we did pull it by the district. But that's their first introduction to using databases and how to do research online. All right, and then we have middle, and this is our middle school librarian, Randy Riggins. And let's see, we've got, the one I really love is when she does that book tastings, which is, she's got like little it's kind of like going to a restaurant and you have different courses, you've got your appetizers, you got your main course, you got your dessert, all that. And it really is bringing those books out, putting them on the table, and they get like a little taste of each book, just to kind of give them a broad spectrum of what those books are about. So then maybe they're like, oh, during that book tasting, I think I might like this book. So they go back and they'll check that book out and try that. I did say that right, yes? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, so, and then these are some of her collections. She's got poetry and other collections that she puts up. She also has I'm trying to think, adapted class that comes in. And so if you see that make your mark, see where it takes you, that's like a special thing that those kids, the adapted class, did with a book that she had read to them. And then the book, it's hard to see, but the book is right there. What's the name of that book? The Dot, okay. Dot Day. And then also they have the green screen in there so that they can do video casts with the green screen and do some editing there. And of course, guest speakers and some technology integration there as well. Anything else you want to say about that one?
I was gonna say, we have a fixed schedule / flexible schedule, so ELA classes come in every month, but, so that's when we do our lessons, so the Holocaust collection right there, we did a lesson last month because it was Holocaust Remembrance Day, but then it also tied in to the Anne Frank Museum that they, that you guys visited, so it gave the students background knowledge during that lesson. This is Black History Month, so our lesson in ELA is taking what they're learning in ELA, tone and mood, and then tying it in with books that are written by Black authors. So it is collaborating with teachers, ELA teachers, about what they're learning, but then it's also collaborating with other classes like the human body, that was a health class we did with Ozobots, and we have the spheres when they would come in, we have science classes come in. So it's open to working with all teachers, but ELA classes come in regularly, and that's when they do their book business and have some kind of a lesson that can correlate with the multicultural usually every month, and then tie in with ELA speakers.
So real quick, I hate when I forget to mention things. The Anne Frank exhibit was awesome. Had 3 nights, you can clap for that. 3 nights are hard, kids did a fantastic job. I've seen all 3 nights, just wanted to give it a shout out, that was awesome. Great job with Leo, Lawrence, and the whole group, great job. Sorry, I forgot to say that in my presentation, sorry.
Thank you. All right, and then these are the numbers for the middle school library. And as you'll see, they had 13,915 books checked out and over 100 collaborations with teachers. And in this one, they added another database, if you'll notice. Then this one, they have the middle school Gale in Context. And that one was used 24,600 times just at the middle school level, because it's a middle school database. And then those are their favorite book titles, and they just happen to be by the same author. But they're kind of like historical fiction books and exciting and adventurous. So, and then they also had some author visits that came and visited them as well. And then the last one we have is the high school. It's Stacy's here with us today. And as you can see, they collaborate with teachers. This is a multicultural demonstration here. They've got art displays in the library. They work with research and evaluation of resources, and again, always trying to get them seeing a different variety of genres, not just one. You know, want them to be well-rounded and read all kinds of different ones. And then they also have, she has like a jigsaw puzzle, Stacy does, that they can come in and do too, just to make their mind, you know, start working. I'm not really great at jigsaw puzzles, but but that's another exciting thing that they can do in the library in addition to the reading and the research and all that kind of stuff. And then when they get to high school, they have Gateway Award nominees. So as you can see, the different awards go up with the age level of the books. And then genres like mysteries and other genres. And then also she helps with the teacher collaboration. Stacey does with the Becoming Media Literate lesson and some graphic organizer lessons. Do you have anything else to say about what's up here?
At the high school level, everything we do is on a flex class schedule, so it's just at the need of the classroom teacher, and obviously the need of the student if they come in individually. So most of our our collaborations are with the English department, but we've tried to, encourage the other departments to come in as well. But a lot of our lessons and our media literacy and our ability to evaluate information goes through the English classrooms, and we build on that each year so that by the time they're seniors, they've seen similar lessons, but they've just grown their skill set each year so that they're, hopefully when they leave, they're able to find information, evaluate it, to make decisions in their life and or, for their job, for college, whatever.
Thank you. Oh, there, I'm sorry, I was afraid I was gonna go one too far. All right, and these are the numbers by the high school libraries. As you can see, the book checked outs did go down. However, if you look at our Gale, we've got 42,686 databases. So, and then we also added something called Issues and Controversies, which is another research thing that helps them be media literate. And they also have a collaboration. We have a collaboration with St. Charles City County Library, where all of our kids have a library card, so they can actually check out digital books, and that's a big thing. In especially at the high school, they've got phones that they have at home to check out the books through the app. They also have their Chromebooks to check out books through the app. And we also, I'll show you on the next, another slide about, we have a database of ebooks through Mornet, and they use an app called Sora for that. And then those are the favorite book titles at the high school level. And then these are some special events, like we've kind of said how many special events, but these are pictures from the special events. Again, we talked about book tastings. At Monroe, that's a picture of their glow night. They read in the dark, and that's kind of cool. They do that every year. They've started a partnership with Main Street Books, and Main Street Books is getting the librarians in contact with local authors, and those are the ones that are coming and bringing books to our students. And we also have therapy dog visits. We have book nominee readers celebrations and a lot more. And there's the one that was in the library that you had given me, Randy, what was his guest speaker there?
Okay, come on, he's a retired teacher at St. Charles.
Oh, is he?
No, yeah, Mr. Jacobs.
Okay, Mr. Jacobs, okay. And he
Mr.
talks,
Jacobs, he comes in every year and presents to the history classes.
okay, awesome.
And it's full gear.
His full gear, yes. I love that picture, and I was like, I've got to ask Randy about that one. All right, and then of course book fairs and our author visits, and again, there's a picture up at the top with all of them holding their books that they got from that author. And then this is our STEM integration into our library media centers. Again, we have that partnership with the St. Charles City County Library. That actually, the one underneath that one, they are working on a contest for a bookmark, and they were very into creating just the right bookmark, and it's kind of like a promotion of reading and so forth, and that was at Jefferson. They use their Chromebooks, and there's some tablets that they can use for accessing data, the databases and digital resources, and then a lot of it is some makerspace time that they have available as well. And then there's also some coding that goes on and like building those little Lego robots there. And then these are some digital resources that we have. I'm going to get my little notes here because I want to make sure that I say all of them here. And then of course get the glasses on so that I can read exactly what it says. All right, so we have the World Book Online. That's the one with the big giant balloon dog up there. The World Book Online is for, we have it for the whole district, but it's mostly geared towards K6-ish. And they can make timelines on it. They can research anything, just about anything they want. There's activities to do in there. And then we also have our Destiny, which is all the way across. I've got one at each level. I've got an elementary version, which is the blue one, and the other ones are the black ones, and that's at the other levels. And that is their checkout. They have a new interface that is much easier to view. It used to be just a bunch of words, and now they've got like books and stuff like that on it that they can use. And then the librarians also can put their own links to learning resources. So there'll be a link to Lightbox on the elementary one, or to Sora, or any of those digital resources. So there's like a one-stop shop that the students can get into their destiny and get to all of their digital resources, and also find books that they want to check out at the same time. And then we talked about Lightbox, and if you look at the bottom left, that is the President's Day one, so you can see, if you clicked on one of those, it would bring it up big and you can go through the digital book. But then there's also activities. We have the Gale in Context. That's how the kids log in. They just log into it, and then they can do their article research. And then let's see, what else do we have listed here? Databases, Classroom Video on Demand, and Learn 360 are video resources that they can also learn. They're all nonfiction videos that go along with what they're learning. The teachers also have access to that, so if they needed an extra video resource for a nonfiction thing that they were teaching in the classroom, they can use that. And then, again, digital resources from our county library, and Sora digital resources through Morenet for grades 5 through 12. Did I miss it? Oh, she's like, yeah. I tried to cover everything. And then, that's it. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions for us?
Any questions from anyone?
I got a quick one. This is real serious. A lot of painstaking and backbreaking work. I found that you guys got rid of some books by Michael Jordan. And I was just forwarded to see that. He is a legend in the basketball field, so I just don't want the books to be replaced by LeBron James. I want kids to realize who the actual GOAT is.
I don't know. I was gonna say, which one is the GOAT? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay.
This is not a vote, we can't vote, but we concur.
Oh, I would say that, for the sake, I'm gonna join the board for 2 minutes and vote with you.
On a serious note, I can't help but comment. Tina and the people behind you do an excellent job. I mean, they just do an awesome job. And one of our people up here is going to retire after how many years?
33.
Wow. You can clap for that.
You can clap. All the ladies are outstanding as well, but I just wanted to say something because Amy is a staple at Harris, and I know I get there every week, and it's just gonna, the new librarian will be great. It's just gonna be weird when you walk by and see the fishbowl and she's not in there.
Fishbowl. That's good.
Don't tap the glass, she doesn't like that. But Amy, thank you for your years of service, thank you for all you've done an excellent job, ladies. All of our librarians, I know they're not really librarians, but I still call them librarians, they do a phenomenal job, and we just can't be more proud, and I know you're gonna say something too, right?
No.
But it's good, sorry.
I was just gonna say thank you. They put together a wonderful presentation, Dr. Lauer and the rest of our library media specialists. So thank you all. And thank you for being here. I know it's not easy to give up a Thursday evening to come be with us, so we thank you all.
I want to throw in one little comment too. I know how much you guys, especially those of you who've been here so long, have had to learn over the last 30 years because it's unbelievable. I mean, when you teach math, and there might be a few changes, but in the library, wow.
I don't know how to upload my feature pictures.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you
all.
so much.
Thank you all very much. If there's no further discussion, is there a motion to approve the Library Media Centers Program Review as presented?
Thank you.
Sorry about that, it was a little finicky.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you again, ladies. Item 7.01 is policy changes. This is our first reading, so it's just to look over the information. Is there any discussion? Several. Yes. questions, comments about any of these? We'll obviously have a second meeting next month. If not- If not, we will move on to item 8.01, the district financial report. Mr. Shields.
I'm gonna try to do this very quickly, so I appreciate you guys allowing me to do so. Real quick, the only few things I want to point out is obviously we received most of our local money in at this time, and that puts us at a good footing through that end of the payroll for this, for the next school year, for the 25-26, December of 2025, sorry. So, but we're monitoring that, how compared to last year. So if you were to just calculate from January, end of the year last, 2024 to January 2025, you would see a negative 2.8 difference, $2.8 million difference. Couple of reasons for that, not unexpected. One, we paid over $1.3 million out for that Harden Kitchen out of that food service money. Again, that's not money that you can take from salaries and benefits anyhow. And then we took some money out of insurance to try to start shoring up that account a little bit. If you guys remember, we had 3 horrible years in our insurance where we were operating at that negative 10% beyond what we expected. So, and that's due to claim activity since COVID. So that hit us pretty hard as well. So we're shoring that up. In addition to that piece, what I told you about the food service. Outside of that, we're right where we expect to be. Our salaries and our insurance are about $700 and some thousand more than what we paid last year, to be expected since we get raises. And that's pretty close to what we anticipated to see. So there's no concern with that. So that 2.8, if you were to calculate it out, it does not concern me, but if you were to just look at it on paper and calculate it, it would cause some concern, you know. Nice thing is our fund balance last year ended at 24.4, something in that range. So we would have room to go negative. We just wouldn't be able to do it for multiple years, okay? We also have some budget adjustments in here. Those budget adjustments amount to about 0.2% of our total money, of our total budget. Again, nothing concerning, but we have grants coming in. We have 50/50 grants coming in. That's changed some of our spending because we received more from the state. And then we had timing for ESSER 3, final payments from ESSER 3 come in. So those are what those adjustments are accounting for at this point in time. That's just trying to help us as we budget for next year. We start getting closer to that. As we begin looking at the budget for next year, Dr. Sievers talked about a lot. Senate Bill 190, we still don't know the effects of that. So that's a concern. We see our personal property valuations going down, which is hurting us. But then we have Senate Bill 190, which is of concern. Senate Bill 727 was supposed to give us additional money, but we're since hearing that state adequacy target that was promised for the 25-26 school year is not going to take effect. They're going to maintain where we're currently at. That's about $400 per student, $450 a student. That's a significant chunk of money that we were hopeful that we could receive. As Dr. Siebert mentioned, open enrollment, we don't know the impact of that. No one in the state will know the impact of that until if it were to happen, then we can start facing some trends. State revenues are currently down. If state revenues are down, they can't afford to pay. So then they just start changing it. They don't have to give it, they don't have to fund whatever they tell us they're going to fund. They never have, never will. So we know our state revenues are down. I want to say it's around 10 to 11%. So that's a significant chunk of money. And then obviously we have no idea what's going to go on with federal funding. We don't have a good indicator. We have good guesses possibly. We have assumptions, but we don't have. So it's a triggering time to sit in these seats for all of us as we try to plan and do what's best for children. And what's best for children a lot of times is providing the best personnel that we can put inside those classrooms with a lot of the chaos that's currently going on from a financial standpoint. So just wanted to throw
Jim,
those
there's
out.
also some specifics too about budgeting for next year from the state level, from what the governor talked about in this State of the Union address, basically, that the funding the formula and different things can be affected as well.
Yeah, and that's what they told us it would go up to like $7,100. It had been $6,300 previously. They moved it to 6,700 this year, and now they're saying there's no way it's gonna get that $7,100 mark that they said, Senate Bill 727 said that we would receive. So it's less than a year since that was passed, and we're already going to have to start finding more revenue somehow, somehow. So it's the nature of the beast, as we all know, but it's certainly something that we need to be aware of, so when we begin to budget for the future year, that we get a firmer grasp on it. As you know, the legislative session will dictate a lot of that, and that puts us in a horrible bind because we wait for that legislation, we wait for some promises made, and then it's within a month, we've got to kick that out to you guys. So we started it, but May will be a busy season for us. Thanks, everyone.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve the district financial report as presented?
Move to approve the district's financial report as presented.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? That carries. Item 9.01, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?